What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding. I just want to mention this is part two of my two-part interview with Derek Lunsford. If you have not listened to part one, make sure you click up just above on that card or click the link in the description to watch part one first and then head on to part two, which is this one right here. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And if you like this content, please give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up from myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. Anyway, guys, on with the video. Now, it's probably something you don't even want to think about now, and you wouldn't probably even be thinking about it at all at the moment, but there's been obviously rumors going around and talk that you might move to the Open at some point in the future. Is that something that's in your mind, like depending how you do at the Olympia, like just say you win the 212 Olympia, that's going to be hard to then go, now I'm moving to the Open, or is that your sort of plan? If you do win a 212 Olympia, then you'd make that jump?
Yeah, I've been asked this many times on and off the record. And, in previous interviews and stuff like that, I've said like, absolutely. Like I look forward to being in the Open and that's still in the back of my mind. But to be honest, like you just said, like, I'm not even thinking about it. Like I might have many years in the 212, but right now, honestly, I'm just thinking about the next 7 weeks. Like I'm actually taking each day and making myself a better bodybuilder by understanding the process better each and every time. So I'm not really thinking about like, ooh, if I hit this marker in my bodybuilding journey and goal, then I'm gonna move on and this is gonna be another business move. And it's like, no, I'm done. Like I just want to be the best I can be each and every day, and that's it. I'm improving, whether it's this much or a lot, every day. And all I have to do is keep moving forward and keep praying that I stay healthy and injury free and keep doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you mentioned your training style earlier. I wanted to sort of just touch on that a little bit more because, like I said, your muscle looks a lot different to a lot of guys. Like it's very, very round. Your back like looks absolutely insane. It's huge at the moment, and you're just a very, very like extremely round and full guy, especially for a white guy as well. Like it's the black guys have the round, bubbly muscles that look awesome, but you're a white dude that has it. So, do you think the training dictates that at all, or is that just genetics? You think your muscle sort of
you
shape?
know, um, if I didn't say there wasn't some genetic component, somebody would scream right now. So
Yeah.
of course there's, yeah, somebody like this guy, look at, but obviously there is genetics that play a role in bodybuilding, but I do think that there's a way to train to have a different shape to your muscles. You can't have a different shape to your structure necessarily. Like I can't have different insertions and origins of my muscles, but I can create the illusion by shaping my muscles. And that's what I've been doing ever since I started bodybuilding.
Yeah, and people can see on that front double bicep pose, it is incredibly round. And I think people forget when they haven't seen you on stage for a while, how impressive your structure actually is and how impressive, I suppose, your muscle bellies are. So I'm very excited to see you at this Olympia. I mean, there's certain aspects of Kamal where you're like, oh, he's shredded already and he might come in super hard. But then I see these videos and I'm like, okay, that's why Derek is obviously, probably the favorite or at least one of the favorites going into this 212 Olympia. So I'm incredibly excited for it. Do you have any predictions for the Open class?
Um, I predict it's going to be super exciting. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that Open class lineup. Um, to be honest, it's not really something I've thought about outside of, wow, like what a top five. I wish. I don't think Sean Roden is in it. Am I?
he's out. He's announced he's
Yeah.
out, but you've got
I wish him. I wish Flex Lewis. I wish Kai Green. I wish those guys could be in it. But you know what? There are a ton of really good guys. That's
yeah,
Brandon Curry, who's the champ coming back. You got Phil Heath, 7-time champ. William Bonac, who everybody's sleeping on, it sounds like.
yeah,
Hottie. It's, man, Dexter Jackson. Dude, this is going to be a great, great Olympia,
yeah.
in every division. Because like we talked about earlier, you got Breon and we didn't talk on here, but Breon and Chris Bumstead and all the classic guys. Man, it's a great year for bodybuilding and the Mr. Olympia for sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And the thing is as well, that, like, you know, every division seems stacked, and what like Jake Wood and Dan Solomon are doing is amazing for the sport. Like, how's your interactions been with both of those guys?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
With like Jake Wood and Dan Solomon.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, they're the guys really running the Olympia at this point, with Jake owning it and then Dan being the main guy, I suppose, behind the Olympia and the production of it.
Right.
How's your interactions been with those guys, and what do you think they've, I suppose, done for the Olympia compared to the old regime?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, they've both been super great guys. Every time I've talked to them, it's been nothing but super nice. Always smiles, always good conversations. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm an athlete, and I'm there to show up on stage and be a bodybuilder, and that's what they expect from me. And I mean, what more would the conversation be other than that? You know what I mean? So it's like I haven't really gotten to talk to them other than in passing too much. But like I said, super great guys, and I'm very much thankful for what they're doing for us athletes. I do want to give a big shout out to the IFBB Pro League, the Mr. Olympia Committee, everyone. And who kicked it off, I would have to say, would be Tim Gardner down here with the Tampa Pro. A couple months back. So yeah, he's really been hustling, working very hard, and the guys you just mentioned, Jake, Dan, all of them, you know, behind the scenes, people are thinking about us athletes competing, but you don't understand, during the COVID-19, the men and women behind the scenes are the ones putting this show together, and this is no small show. This is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. So huge shout out to Dan, his team, Jake, his team, all of them at the Mr. Olympia Committee and the IFBB Pro League for making this year happen.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
us and the fans.
Yeah, very well said. Derek, I want to thank you so much for coming on Desktop Bodybuilding. Do you have any sponsors or anyone you want to thank in particular?
Yeah, obviously I'm wearing the Gasp, the Iron Camp shirt. So very Gasp, nice. Better Bodies, Destination Dallas, they're all kind of wrapped up in one. Great people. They've been behind me for some time now, and it's more of a family than it is like a business. You know, when you go there, we're always like grilling out steaks and training hard and having a good time. So shout out to Gasp, Better Bodies, Destination Dallas. Animal Universal Nutrition, they've backed me from pretty much day one, right before I turned pro. So they've been my supplement sponsor since 2017. And Protan, so got to be looking good on stage. Protan does it the best. They are the Olympia Tanners, and they are my sponsor as well. And I've actually never competed without Protan, believe it or not.
Yeah, your tan always looks good, so.
Yeah, I know. They do a phenomenal job, Protan. And then Icon Meals, they're out of Texas as well, and they ship my meals all the way here to Florida to my door. And awesome. So yeah, Icon Meals.
Awesome.
And then I'd like to give a couple more shout outs. Sorry.
Of course.
Not to sponsors, but to my coach, James Brown, JB Prep on Instagram. I am blown away. Like, looking back, was it 8-9 years ago, I met this guy, and I didn't even want to be a bodybuilder. I told him I didn't want to get too big and this and that. And yeah, crazy, right? And this guy has put up with me for a long time with some crazy questions of how to get better as a bodybuilder once I decided to be a bodybuilder. But he's put up with me. He's been one of my best friends in this sport. Whoop.
Oh, good.
Sorry. That was to do our interview. Since we did.
We're early.
Yeah, we're early. But he's been in my corner before I even knew what bodybuilding was, and he's been my prep coach all throughout this entire journey. Because of people's expectations of me maybe winning the Olympia last year, it didn't happen. People thought, discredited him. But I have all the faith in the world of this guy. He knows exactly what he's doing. Great man, cares about every athlete, and sure as heck has been there for me. My fiance, Jelson, I love her to death. Haven't ever loved her more. Can't wait to get married this year.
Congratulations.
That would be next year. Thank you. And finally move in together after 10 years of being in school and together and long distance time,
wow,
over time.
awesome.
But yeah, man. So
Oh, that's really cool, man. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on Desktop Bodybuilding, Derek. Best of luck at the Olympia in 7 weeks' time. I can't wait to see you battle it out there with Kamal and all those guys in the 212 division. So, guys, make sure you head over to Derek Lunsford's Instagram page and all that sort of stuff. The link is going to be in the description of this video as well. So, for Xavier Wills and Derek Lunsford, 2 times Mr. Olympia 212 runner-up, is he going to win the Olympia this year? I hope to see that. Anyway, for Xavier Wills and Derek Lunsford, we are out.